Faith Fulfilled, Book 2, The Cursed Diamonds, Chapter 2, Notch's Reprimand.
What's wrong, Ray? You seem unsettled.
You saw that, right? He tapped into his power like it was nothing. It took me years of training to use my power, and he did it in a month and a half.
Aww, is someone a little jealous? You said it yourself many times that lifting a tree is supposed to be a super easy skill.
Yeah, once you've done it a lot. This is serious, Amy. If he's getting in touch with his power this quickly, then who knows how strong he will become. He could become even stronger than my father.
That's a good thing, because then he can defeat them.
Or he could wipe out all life on the planet.
Here we go again.
This isn't a joke or something we can afford to take lightly. I was a fool to have ever brought him here. I should have just let him stay at that village of his.
Amy says nothing. She's heard this rant countless times.
On top of that, he has the first blade. The blade that was thought to be destroyed for thousands of years. How did he, of all people, find it?
Well, unlike you, he hasn't given up hope. He believes there's still a chance, so he doesn't stay cooped up in his house all the time.
No, that's not it. Herobrine himself must have led him there.
Okay, now you're just talking nonsense.
Nonsense? Our son has the first blade.
Exactly. And that's why I'm not afraid. He's our son. I know he will use it for the greater good.
You don't know that! He also has my father and Brian's blood coursing through his veins.
Amy rolls her eyes.
This is bad. Really, really bad, Amy. I might just have to take it from him when he sleeps.
Okay, that's just creepy.
I don't care. Creepy or not, we cannot allow him to keep that sword. He has no idea what kind of power it has. Plus, something else might be looming inside of him that we don't realize.
What do you mean?
Amy, have you ever heard of the tale of the legend holder?
No, this is new to me.
On rare occasion, when a legacy holder taps into their power early on in their training, they eventually unlock a power called the legend.
The legend?
Yes, a power beyond that of the legacy. They say that anyone who steps into the realm of legend can cheat death. When their bodies die, they have the ability to keep their souls roaming the planet. But legend holders are an extremely rare occurrence. They've only appeared a couple times throughout the course of history. Legend holders are able to hold powers far more powerful than that of a legacy holder like myself.
Then your father...
Ray nods his head.
Though his body remains mummified in the cave he was killed in, his dark spirit still roams these lands. He can't take physical form, but he can still communicate with the living. I'm sure he's been giving Brian orders. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to figure out a way to bring him back to life.
What? But that's impossible! Returning to life after dying? That's completely unheard of!
For the sake of the world, I hope you're right.
I think you might have broke Ray.
That's kind of an odd way to put it.
Serves him right. He was so cocky about you not being able to use your powers, and you just proved him wrong.
I have to admit, it feels pretty good. But something else is on my mind right now.
Oh? And what's that?
When I was talking to Notch after he defeated the assassin, he told me something.
Did he tell you to get a haircut? 'Cause you really do need one right now.
Real funny, Clyde. But no. He told me that after I reunite with Clyde that I need to travel east. Something about knowledge that was lost, that can still be found, or something like that.
What does that mean?
No idea. But knowing there's another adventure out there for me has me all pumped up. If I take the trip, either of you want to join me?
I'm down.
I'm in, but aren't you a little nervous about those assassins coming back?
Hardly. Now that I can use some of my power, I think I can hold my own.
The sun sets over the frigid lands of the taiga. Stars flooded the sky and a full moon shone through the trees. The air was cold and crisp, and animal sounds filled the air. Everyone safe and sound inside their respective homes, except for one. Ray makes his way slowly across the snowy ground, trying his best not to make a sound. Mike and Clyde are sound asleep in their beds. A small creaking sound makes its way into the hut. It bounces off the walls and dissipates into the air. Ray steps inside, closing the door behind him. Ray lays his eyes on what he was looking for. There it was. The first blade. Lying on the floor next to Mike's bed, careful not to make any more creaking noises on the wooden floor, Ray cautiously moves towards his sleeping son. When he finally was in front of the sword, he slowly bent down to try and pick it up. Just as his hand was about to reach the handle, he heard a voice call out to him.
Ray.
He brushes it off at first, but then he hears the voice again, after he again made a move towards the blade.
Ray!
The already darkened room fades into the void. The sword and everything else in the room disappears. Ray looks on in front of him, to see Notch standing in front of him.
This isn't happening.
I assure you, you are not sleeping.
A short silence follows.
Where have you been all these years when I needed you? When the world needed you?
I can't interfere with the course of history unless it is absolutely necessary.
You let Mike tap into his powers when he is a threat to the balance.
The only one who is threatening the balance right now is you, Ray.
What? How so? Why are you putting this responsibility on him? His intentions aren't pure. He can turn on us at any moment.
Oh? The next time he wields the blade when using his power, watch closely as the blade changes. That will surely convince you his heart is exceptionally pure.
How can you have so much confidence in him? He is just merely a child.
You act as though I know nothing of this world. I am the one who created it. I set this chain of events in motion. Everything you see is because of me. Everything you know is because of me. I will not let you destroy the story I have planned. You must trust him. Everything depends on it.
Just tell me one thing. Is he going to hurt anyone?
Some things are best left unspoken.
No! Tell me!
Notch begins to fade.
Come back!
The void and Notch disappear, and Ray finds himself back in his bed. Amy was asleep next to him, but he was sure that he was in Mike's cabin. How did he get here? Maybe it was a dream. He gets up, letting his eyes adjust to the darkness. Ray moved across the room toward the door. A board squeaked beneath his feet.
Don't even think about it.
Amy said quietly in the bed, not even sitting up.
Guess not.
Ray thought to himself.
Relax. I was just getting water.
The chest is on the other side of the room.
So it is.
Ray quickly grabbed a bottle of water and laid back in bed.